Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Nobles Pond Holiday Parade of Homes. My name is Beth Haynes, and I am the Director of Marketing here at Nobles Pond, a 55-plus lifestyle community in Dover, Delaware, and I will also be your program moderator for today. We want to thank everyone for joining us, but before we begin, we have a few housekeeping notes. All attendees for today's webinar are currently in mute. That being said, we encourage your questions and we'll be conducting some polls throughout our time together today. You should see in your panel a box that says questions. Please, if you have questions about the homes you see today, about our community, and about anything regarding the lifestyle at Nobles Pond, please feel free to type a question in the box. We will do our best to get to as many questions as possible. And if we don't get to your question, don't worry, we will follow up with you after today's session. Before we start looking at some of our homes, we'd like to get to know a little bit about all of those who are joining us today. So again, using the panel in your Launchpad, let us know, where do you currently live? Do you live in Delaware? Do you live in Maryland, New York, New Jersey, or other? Please select using your panel. And if you live in another state, go ahead and use your question board and let us know where you hail. We have New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, more New York, Arizona, welcome. Pennsylvania. We're so glad to have so many folks from different states who are considering Nobles Pond and want to learn more. So thank you for virtually joining us today. And it looks like 33% of our attendees currently hail in New York, 18% between New Jersey and Delaware, 21% of you live in other states, including Arizona, Virginia, Connecticut, and 10% live in Maryland. So no matter where you call home right now, welcome. And we look forward to sharing more with you about Nobles Pond and about Delaware. At Nobles Pond, we offer 5 home plans for you to choose from. And then when it comes to personalizing your home, the sky is the limit. So before we start looking at our homes within the community in our parade, we wanted to share a little bit more about these home plans. We offer the Greenwald, which starts at 2,500 square feet. The Camden, which starts at 2,058 square feet. The Bradford, which begins at 1,960 square feet. We have the Woodside, which starts at 1,942 square feet. And the Harrington, which starts at 1,654 square feet. You can find floor plans as well as interactive floor plans for each of these home types on the Nobles Pond website, as well as other information about each of the homes. We have a saying here at Nobles Pond that we have never built the same home twice. And that's because of the many ways that our homeowners have personalized both the exterior and the interior of our homes. So before we launched in our parade, I wanted to share just a glimpse into some of the many ways that you can personalize your home at Noble's Pond. As I shared, we have a number of ways that you can personalize your homes here at Noble's Pond. And now that we've shared just a glimpse into our award-winning design studio, we'd like to introduce you to some of our homeowners so you can see how they have personalized their dream homes here at Noble's Pond. First, I'd like to introduce you to Debbie. Debbie has a Harrington home plan, and as you'll see, has used the versatile flex room within her home as an office space. You will also see some of her designer touches, and a few gnomes may make an appearance as well. So let's meet Debbie.
Well, the fact that it was the right size for a person like me, and the fact that I could entertain and still be part of the action. Where I came from, I used to be in the kitchen behind a wall, and I would hear people laughing and wonder what is it they're laughing about. That's no longer an issue. I am right here, part of everything now, and my guests have no compunction against getting up and doing things themselves here, because they can clearly see where it is and feel, you know, that, hey, I can get up and move dishes to the sink easily enough. So that had a lot to do with it. Seeing the inside be completed. I mean,
Yeah.
certainly it was exciting to get pictures initially to see the outside was done, but coming here to visit during the process and seeing the bathroom wall tiles up, that was really exciting. I happen to love construction, so seeing all of that just was right for me. Well, I spend most of my time in the den because it's right in front of the street. I flipped some rooms around, and I get to watch what's going on in building on the rest of the street. But as much as I spend time in there, I think this living room is my favorite part. It just, to me, is very cozy with the fireplace, and just the way I have the furniture set up makes me very happy. What's not to love? I've got phenomenal neighbors. The community is fantastic. They're very inclusive. There's always something to do. And the fact of the matter is, I am saving a huge amount of money in taxes by living in Delaware, between property taxes and sales taxes. And I can go spend that money I'm saving on stores that are very local, on restaurants, because I don't like to cook. I'd rather eat out. So, you know, all of that added up to make this a fabulous place to live.
Thank you, Debbie, so much for sharing your home with us. Now, some of our homeowners here at Nobles Pond will personalize their homes with features including a Four Seasons room, a loft for additional entertainment space, or an office, and more. Others also incorporate their personalities within the interior touches they put in their home, as well as the decorating that they do. We are now going to meet Terry. She lives in the green walled floor plan within our community, and she and her husband Bruce have lived at Nobles Pond for just over 2 years. So let's see how Terry personalizes her home.
So when we first started looking here at Nobles Pond, Bruce and I, Bruce is my husband, we couldn't figure out if we wanted to do the Bradford or the Greenwald. We were going back and forth multiple times. We would tell them what we wanted in the Greenwald, then we change our mind and say we wanted the Bradford, and just kept going back and forth. But one day we went into the sales center and Bruce says, all right, that's it. We decided on the Griswold. Everybody laughed at him and they said, it's not a Griswold, it's a Greenwald. So that's how we ended up with the Greenwald, because he said we're going to be the only people here in Nobles Pond that have a Griswold. So we got it. So working with both Jasula and Joy, as you can see, I have a huge hutch behind me, and this table here sits 12. So we wanted to have a room big enough to fit all this dining room furniture. Originally, where that back wall is with the extra cabinets in the kitchen, we were going to put the hutch there. It fits perfect, 62 inches, no problems. But then what we decided to do is, if you look at the model, they have 6 windows. We removed 2 of the windows, pushed the 4 windows together, gave us more room on both sides, allowed us to put the hutch here, allowed us to leave the serving buffet there, and bingo, I could still fit 12 people at this table and have plenty of room. So I have a couple of favorite spaces. Obviously, this cafe area, because it is so large, it is so open. I've had dinner parties here with 12 people. I belong to 2 book clubs. My Chapter 3 book club has 12 members to it, and I had them all here. And we have plenty of room over there in the living room that I was able to have all 12 people sit in there and discuss the book and then come in here and eat. So this is like one of my favorite spots. And my second favorite, believe it or not, is the front room. I have 2 huge chairs in there, nice and comfy, cozy. And because I do belong to 2 book clubs, I gotta read the books. So I'll go and I'll sit on one of those chairs. I have a lamp that hangs over and I sit there and I read. The cats come and join me because the chairs are oversized chairs. So there's plenty of room for all that. It was May. We went to Open Cockpit Day in Dover Air Force Base. Never been there, wanted to do it. So we went and we had a blast. It was great. But then I'm like, wait a second. I remember seeing something about Nobles Pond having an open house. So I'm like, how hard could it be? How big is Dover? We could probably find it really easy. So we looked up the address, we put it into our GPS, lo and behold, we drove through it, and I'm like, oh my God, what a quaint little community. And we went to the Welcome Center, and everybody was so friendly in the Welcome Center. Everybody that took us on the tours through the models was like so knowledgeable about everything that happens here. Like, how could you not select it? And then the more we came to figure out which lot we wanted, when we came down this lot, down this street, and figured out which lot we wanted on this street, the neighbors around us said, hi, how are you? Are you moving in there? And it's like, we knew everybody on the street that was living here at the time before we even like put the $1,000 deposit down. So it was pretty cool. How could you not move here? The people, the activities, the lifestyle director makes sure that even during the pandemic is exactly when we moved in, that even though we couldn't go into the clubhouse, she made sure that we had activities that we can do outside the clubhouse. There was, you know, like a happy hour outside in the parking lot. There was bingo in the parking lot. So she always made sure that we had things to do. And the people here, I thought we weren't going to know nobody, you know, like just the people on our block. I can't tell you, I'm here a year now. I think I know like 400 out of the 500 people that live here. It's amazing. Everybody is just so friendly. Everybody waves at you all the time. They come and they talk to you, whether you're in the clubhouse, whether you're down, you know, walking down the street, whether you're doing an activity, and they pull you into other activities. Like, I didn't know how to like knit. I still don't know how to crochet, but they have a knitting club here. They pulled me into that. Now I can knit.
Thank you, Terry, so much for inviting us into your home. And I hope everyone that's watching saw some of our four-legged inhabitants of Nobles Pond, including Terry's cats. Before we go any further, I wanted to pause briefly and answer some of the questions that we received in advance of our webinar today. And remember, if you have other questions, please feel free to submit them using the question panel in your GoToWebinar screen. If I don't get to your question today, please know that we will follow up with you directly and answer as many of the questions as we can. One of the questions we received was about pets and if they are welcome at Nobles Pond. And the answer is a resounding yes. We love and welcome four-legged friends and members of the family. That being said, we do not allow invisible fences throughout the community for dogs and pets, but we have a number of walking trails that you can see on any given day. A number of the members of our community walking their dogs, and you'll also see some other cats who may make an appearance here or there. We also received a question about pickleball. Where is the best place to play pickleball? Well, at Nobles Pond, we have pickleball and tennis courts and several leagues within our community that are always looking for new members to join. We just got a question about, can you have a fence around the property? We do not allow, through our HOA, we do not allow fences within the community. And along the lines of HOA, someone wanted to know a little bit more about our homeowners association. Our homeowners association is run by a locally owned professional company, and the investment each month, which is $175 a month, covers all public space maintenance, including snow removal, lawn care, mowing and trimming, as well as unlimited access and use to the clubhouse and all amenities. We just got a question about our four-legged friends and specifically about a dog park. While we don't have any plans to have a dog park within the community at this time, there are dog parks that surround the greater community where Nobles Pond is located. And if you go to the Nobles Pond website, you can find what's called a location map, and that will show you so many places and fun things that you can do within the community, including outdoor adventures, dog parks, dining, shopping, and the like. And the final question before we get back to our tour, please keep those questions coming, is how old do I have to be to live at Nobles Pond? Well, residents of Nobles Pond must be over the age of 18, and our community is required to have at least 80% of those that call Nobles Pond home be 55 plus and better. Grandchildren and family members are absolutely more than welcome to visit as well, and anyone who's over the age of 18 can be a resident within the house. Thank you all for your questions. We're going to have more questions that come, and I see that we just got one about screen porches and four season rooms, which is a fabulous segue into meeting our next homeowner. Next, we're going to introduce you to Nancy. Nancy and her husband Leon live at Nobles Pond in our Harrington home plan. And you will see that they customized their home to include a four seasons room and a screened-in porch, both of which are very popular features amongst our homeowners, so they could extend their entertainment and their outdoor living space. And if you look really carefully at this video, you may just spot Elvis and a flying monkey. So let's visit Nancy and Leon's house.
Well, my husband and I really did not want to have too huge a home. And we wanted the possibility for expanding the home that we were buying. So we did. We put an all seasons room on it, and then we put a beautiful screened and windowed porch on it. So we felt that it was enough house for us. One of the things about Nobles Pond in the building phase is that they are incredibly flexible, which most communities are not. And they never said no, no matter what we wanted to change or do. And we were also able to get a tremendous amount of color selection for our kitchen cabinets, for our granite, for our flooring. I mean, we just love all the colors we have. And obviously this is a house where color is very important. Well, my husband and I knew we were going to move to Delaware. I'm from New Jersey and he's a guy from Queens. And we went all over Delaware for about a year and a half. And we actually came back to Nobles Pond 4 different times before we decided to move here. And every time we came here, we liked it better. And we spoke to people on the street. We spoke to people everywhere, and everyone was happy here. And we are very happy here. We absolutely love it here. We love our neighbors. We love our friends. We love our activities. We love our home mostly. And it's just been a wonderful change for us. And coming from New Jersey and New York, it was a hard change. But it turned out to be a lot easier than we thought.
Thank you, Nancy. We have one more brief video. I know we're approaching our time. We have one more tour I'd like to share with you all. I have been getting a few questions as far as numbers of bedrooms within homes. And what I can share with you is that all of our home plans are incredibly flexible to accommodate multiple bedrooms. In fact, some of the homeowners here have added lofts where they have put in bedrooms for guests, grandkids, kids, and the like. So definitely, no matter what your needs are, from the types of rooms and the number of rooms, we certainly offer a lot of flexibility for you to personalize the spaces within your home as well. So now we're going to quickly introduce you to Eileen. And what I love about Eileen's home is the cozy feel she's created within her Harrington home plan. You will see that Eileen added, with the help of our in-house design coordinator, a gourmet kitchen because she loves to cook and she loves to entertain. And if you look closely, you'll see her kitchen pantry door, which is gorgeous etched glass. As you've heard from our homeowners, and hopefully you've gathered from our conversation today, the sky really is the limit when it comes to how you can personalize your home and really make it yours. So our final tour before we wrap up and answer any final questions is Eileen. Thank you so much, Eileen, for opening your house for us. We received a few more questions. I see a question about our next open house. The next open house for Nobles Pond is tentatively scheduled for June of 2022. However, we do have other smaller events that we are hoping to have and welcome people to our community that will take place through the early part of 2022. So I encourage you all, if you don't already, contact our housing consultants, contact our community, and sign up for our email program, and we will be sure to give you your personal invitation to not just the open house, but any special events that we have within our community. And I'd also encourage you to schedule a visit, whether it's your initial visit to Nobles Pond or if you're coming back to see us again. We'd love to welcome you to our community. And we have so many folks that live out of state. And we do offer what's called a Discover Dover tour, where we will pair you with one of our homeowners and show you the sights and sounds of downtown Dover. So you can get a feel for everything that is within the surrounding community of Nobles Pond. I want to thank everyone for joining us today, especially to those homeowners who opened their homes for us. Debbie, Terry and Bruce, Nancy and Leon, and Eileen. We can't wait to welcome you to Nobles Pond so you can see all the different ways that you can personalize your dream home